What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm be doing a video on my 2008 Audi TT 3.2 liter. I just got up here to 4SeasonTuning to get the United Motorsports Haldex tune. So they should polish out the ECU tune and the DSG tune. I just got here, so I'm gonna get the tune and then let you guys know how it turned out and everything, how it complements everything else. Should make the car pull harder and everything. And also I'm gonna update you on the I told you in the last video I was gonna be trying different filters with the CTS intake tune that I just got, so I'll let you guys know how that's been turning out. All right, I'll get back with you guys. He's putting the tune in my car, but look at his Corrado. It's VR6, but it has a ATP turbo kit in it with air to water intercooler. I think he tracks it. He's got the real lightweight battery. This thing is bad. Before I get into the Haldex tune, I wanted to go out for a test drive. I wanted to go over the filters I've been talking about for a while. I ran each one of these for like about a week or two, and I ended up going back to this one, but with the composite filter that originally came with this one, the Skunk Works composite filter, and this seemed to be the best setup. Like I said, this one, the one that comes with it, they give you this piece right here, and it does match up real well with what's going on the inside right there. But like I said, you can see right there, there's not much of a turn for the air to speed up, and plus it has a step up lip in there, so the air comes in, it's got to hit that and then turn. Then there's not that much of a turn. So but when I drove with this one, what I noticed was I had had some real good throttle response with it, but it didn't seem to have as much airflow as this one did, or this one. So I noticed up in the mid and higher RPMs that these seem to flow. The other two bigger ones seem to flow better. Not that there's anything wrong with this one. If you get this one, this is fine. But when I ran this one, I noticed that it was almost the same as this, but I had better response in the mid and upper RPM range. But that was with this, with the composite, Skunk Works velocity stack that I have on this one now, with the dimples in it. So originally I ran the K&N with this one, and what I noticed with that one was in the lower RPMs I didn't have as much of good throttle response as I did with these two. And that's probably because if you look at this Venturi, when the air hits, when it goes into the filter, the air almost hits here, and there's not that much of a turn. It's almost like a convex, and it goes straight in and not that much of a turn. So it's not bad, it's just that the way these work, if you have more of a turn like that, the air comes in like this, have more of a turn, so the air speeds up more, and that's what this one has. So what I did later was I put the Skunk Works velocity stack in this one, and also this K&N filter didn't have as much of a lip as this one. I don't know if you can see right there, but there's also a lip, about this much lip on this side. So the air comes in, it hits that, and then it comes down. But that's not really bad on this one, because the way this one is designed, it comes out and then it's straight and then it cuts down, whereas this one, you can see there would be a space next to that, so the air would come in like that, hump up, and then go down. Whereas on this one, with this K&N filter, This one didn't have as much of a step lip on the inside at all. So what I did was I took the Skunk Works velocity stack, and I put it in here, and there was so much of a turn I could actually put my hand all the way around on the inside and got it lined up perfect. So the air is seamless now, plus this velocity stack has more of a turn. So I put that in, and the air is doing more of this now, more of a turn, whereas with this one the air is like doing like this. So with this setup, I got all the benefits of these, plus it seems like through the whole RPM band I'm getting more airflow from the bottom all the way through. So I just went ahead and stuck with this one for now. This K&N filter has a flat top, whereas these two have a bit of an air horn. This one has it more. There used to be a company called Fujita Flow that I ran on my 1.8T, and that filter was kind of like this, but it had more of a turn on the inside. So the Venturi was integrated into the filter like this, but it didn't have a step, and it had more of a turn, and it had this right here, but it didn't have the filter in it. It was just a solid piece, and it came up a little bit more kind of sharp. And that one, man, I mean, I don't know why the company went out of business, but it was a real good setup. I had it on my 1.8T Jetta back in the day, and you could just notice right away better throttle response, and it you know, everything just seemed to flow a lot better. But anyway, like I said, I ended up sticking with this because the Venturi stack was like that. I was able to get it lined up perfect all the way up to the entryway of this filter. So that seemed to work the best. One more thing I'm going to be doing later is I had an extra throttle body, and what I did was I did a little bit of beveling to it. So I didn't really port it out and open it up. What I did was I just beveled this entryway, because on the stock one there's a lip, and there's also another lip right here, and you can see I just smoothed it out. So I didn't mill it down or grind it down or anything. I just beveled it to take the lip away. And I did the same thing on my Stage 3 all-road, and what I noticed right away was way better throttle response right away. So I'm expecting the same thing with this. So this should flow a lot better than the stock one. I also did it on the back part too, because there was a lip there. So anyway, I'll be putting that on probably in another week, because I just got the USP downpipes with the Sport Cat. So I'm going to be taking this manifold off, and I'll do a new gasket, and I got the RKX PCV upgrade to put in here. So this will all be off, and I'll probably do everything then, and I'll probably put that on there. But I might this is not hard to change out. I might just go ahead and throw this on maybe this weekend or something, so I can see the difference before I do the downpipes and the headers on this car, to see how much of a difference it makes. All right, well, that's that for that. Let's get out here and do the test drive. Probably do a few lines. Here we go in launch control with the new United Motorsports Haldex software. Man, that thing launched way harder now. And I don't know if you can heard it. I get a little bit of wheel chirp now that I wasn't getting before. So I've been driving on the car for about 2 weeks. I wasn't able to film because of work, basically. I do heavy industrial construction, and you know, I got to work at a lot of different places, different hours, and you know, the work I do, sometimes I'm just burnt out by the time I get home, so I'm not able to always film back to back and upload videos right away. So sometimes there's a little stretch between videos. But anyway, what I noticed was, you know, it's intelligent. So like on the freeway, you know, you're not going to feel it as much in the rear. It's more for like, you know, when you're trying to take off or something. But on the streets and stuff like that, sometimes on the freeway, you'll feel it once you give it full throttle, but not as much like you would from a dead stop, of course. You know, that can be kind of dangerous from the freeway, you know, with it in, you know, regular drive mode or whatever. Another thing I noticed is that when I put this in S, just like with the DSG software, you know, you can feel the clutches, they hold firmer. So now that I have the Haldex software along with the DSG software, it feels like the rear caught up with the front now. Because before I got the Haldex software, I was feeling it more from the front. And that's one thing I noticed right away. I was like, you know, it feels like the rear is a little bit more numb now. And now it's like it's back, you know, with a vengeance. Because I think this one, they said they tuned it to be more aggressive than even the orange race Haldex module. Because they have a factory module that's a blue one, which is like a sport one for street, and then they have an orange one from another Audi that's like what they call a race one for street. So instead of having to buy those modules, what United Motorsports and a few other companies did, they just updated the software on the well, they just changed the software in the stock module. So you save a lot of money right there, because the module itself, man, they're like in the thousands. So you save a lot of money with this, with just getting the software. Even when I decelerate now, like if I just come off of the gas, you can feel the rear of the car now helping with the braking also. So it's like the car downshift and the rear is helping a lot more now with the braking. So makes it a little bit safer now that way. So now with all the software in the car, I went and got this done at 4Season like you saw I did in the beginning. At the time that I got the 034 software, I was looking at United software because I've seen a lot of people rave about it with the 3.2. And United has a deal where you can get all of their software. So you get the ECU software for the engine, the DSG software, and the Haldex, and they bundle it for like a cheaper price. But when I was looking, they only had it for the Mark V R32, not for the TT. But I didn't know at the time that I forgot 4Season had the United Motorsports software for one, and then I didn't know that they could just take my ECU and match it maybe to the Mark V and just, you know, make software for my car. I didn't know that, so I went with the 034, and you know, I'm happy with it for now. I don't know how much of a difference the United Motorsports software would make, because their description of what their software does, they're a little bit more descriptive than the 034. The 034 just goes into more responsiveness, this is that. And one particular thing that 034 said about their software is they did say they did something to the throttle body software, so that might help me out with the modified throttle body I'm gonna put on here. But I'm sure United Motorsport did that too. But United Motorsport specifically said that they also did some of that same stuff, but they also, I think they did mention the VVT. So they did something with that, and I'm pretty sure 034 probably did too. I'm not sure. I'll probably hit them up to get a little bit more in depth of what they did with their software. It'd be nice to compare the two to see which is better. I might do cams later, but the more I'm looking into it, I'm thinking about just going turbo, because the money you spend and the power you get back, man, I mean, it's like the turbo. I was looking at the HPA turbo setup, and I think it's like for the entry level where you just slap everything on, I think you get 350 or 360 foot-pounds of torque and horsepower. But then you can also add on to, I think they give a liquid cooled manifold, and you know, they'll give you a spacer head gasket so they can raise boost, and then you get into the 400 horsepower torque in range. But it's a lot more money. But that seems like a nice setup, so you can just get the turbo and everything, and then save up more money to get the rest of their stuff, and then upgrade from there. So I might do that. But the next thing I'm looking at is maybe some Schrick cams, which if I did go turbo later, I might be able to stick with those cams, because I just found out that the 268 Schricks and 264 is actually mild. So with the turbo setup, you actually want a mild cam, not an aggressive one. So looks like if I did go to Schrick cams, that I'd be able to keep the Schricks in the car, which would be good. But I'm hearing that with those cams, you get about another 30 horsepower and torque. But when I'm seeing people dyno, man, on this car, even with the everything on it, it's not all that impressive to me. The drive probably is, because you get a lot more of that power in the mid-range, which is where you want it, because that's where you're spending a lot of your time, not in the, you know, not at the higher RPM range, you know, where you're bucking the meter, so to speak. So but that might be good. I know the United Motorsports software, people say with that software, the United Motorsports software will adapt to the cams. So a lot of people run that. I know Gaiac, they had a specific software for the Mark IV R32 with those cams, and they put some impressive numbers down. I think they dynoed like 280 something. I think it was 280 something torque, and I seem to remember 270 something. But when I look back on horsepower, when I look back on their site, I didn't see the software anymore. And when I did look that up on their site, it was just like a few months ago. So maybe they retired it or something. I don't know. I could probably hit them up and ask them. But those were some of the best numbers I've seen on any 3.2 liter. I was just watching a video of a guy that really went into his motor. He ported the heads. He did the Ferrera valve train, which I think is lighter, and they did some other stuff, so it revs a lot faster and everything. So, but he claimed 320 horsepower. But I don't know if that was, he was talking about at the I'm pretty sure he was talking about at the crank, which is more believable than it would be to the wheels on that car, unless you did something to the bottom end, you know. But anyway, when I'm seeing dynoed with the some people dyno like 230 with cams, and I watched a Mark 1 TT 3.2 liter. I forget the name of the company, but they dynoed it, and it had everything. I think it had headers, full exhaust, all the bolt-ons, plus the Schritt cams. But it only dynoed, and I think the Mark 1 3.2 liter has a higher compression than this one. I think this one is like a 10.51. I think the Mark 1 3.2 liter is like 11.51 or something like that. But anyway, it's higher compression, so they get a little bit more horsepower out of tuning. So, but he only dynoed like 230 to the wheels. And I think, I can't remember, and I can't remember if it was an all-wheel drive mode. I think it might have been in front-wheel drive mode. So that wasn't even that much drivetrain loss. Because I think this car comes 250 from the factory, but I think it only dynos 190 to the wheels stock. And that seems like more than 20% drivetrain loss to me. So what I'm seeing people dyno, basically like I said, with all the bolt-ons and the Schritt cams, is like 230-ish to the wheels. So that's kind of, you know, doesn't seem all that good to me. But I guess you can, you know, you can make it work, but you will have to make the car lighter to benefit from it. So anyway, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Give a like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. In the next video, I'm gonna be doing, at this time I already did it. It's the 17Z 6-piston Brembo brake upgrade. And I already did it on this car, but man, it was not a straightforward upgrade like you would most cars. Man, wait till you see what all I had to do to get them on this car. So you know, subscribe so you can get that. And also, like I said, I got the USP Motorsport downpipes, and also the Sport Cat. So I'm going to be installing those at some point. And then I'll be doing all that. So go ahead, give a like, comment, subscribe so you can see that video, and then we'll be going from there. I'm not sure how soon. I'll probably be doing that next week, but I already filmed most of the brake upgrade. I just have to do the brake pad break-in. I've actually driven on them for about 2 weeks. They feel okay. With the bigger master cylinder, the pedal travel is just like they were with the stock setup. So seems pretty good. I think if I go turbo, I'm probably going to go with the TTRS brake upgrade with the 370 mil rotors with the 4-piston calipers later. But anyway, give a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.